Right, no beating around the bush. This game is absolutely superb. This game impressed me from start to finish. I had my doubts, I had my reservations. I wasn't sure if Bloober could really deliver with this title because, let's be real here, Silent Hill 2 Remake is superb. However, it's also a remake of a game that was already superb. You've took the blueprint of something that already exists and you spruced it up, made it more modern, if you will. But can you do it with your own mechanics, your own ideas, your own story, your own IP? They did it. They absolutely did it. This is a new survival horror IP that I'm absolutely interested in, the world that they've created. This could be a one and done. Don't get me wrong, they do not need more of this, but if a new one came along, I would be all for it because the story, the lore that they've created here is extremely weird and extremely interesting. You're in a post-apocalyptic 80s Poland. I have no idea what the hell is going on half the time in this game. I'd love to tell you that the storyline was absolutely perfect, there was no plot holes, but honestly, I couldn't keep up with it. It's the kind of story where I'm going to go through a second time and I feel like I'll notice things that I didn't notice the first time. It's fully engaging, mysterious, you want more, you find out more. It gives you little bits here and there and it makes you want to know what even is this world, like why is it the way that it is? The character you're being, the traveler, like are you even human? You sure you sound like a woman in a suit, but are you a woman in the suit? That's honestly the question you're asking the whole time. You're not quite sure what is going on. Why are you doing what you're doing? You're going around and collecting essences of people to save them, to upload them to some network. It's such a weird story, but it's so engaging and good that I was all for it. I was in it. I loved it. I just can't lie to you and say I absolutely understood everything. Come on, man. The game's called Cronos. You know time was involved. So there's definitely some kind of like time travel elements, some kind of like distorted universe, multiverse, craziness going on here. But it's engaging. It will keep you absolutely engaged. The game is a survival horror title first and foremost. However, it does blur the line with action horror. It does follow the blueprint set by Resident Evil with this survival horror stuff. You know, your puzzles, although extremely light on puzzles. Not complaining about that. Your exploration, your atmosphere, your combat. It's all here. Item management, extreme item management. It really doesn't give you very many item slots to pick things up, so you find yourself running backwards and forwards trying to make sure you've got everything so you can sell stuff. Because yes, just like Resident Evil 4, the granddaddy of action horror, there's a store. When you kill enemies, they drop ammunition, health items, credits, money, and you use it to upgrade what you have, whether that's your suit, what you can carry, the amount you can carry, the things that you craft, because there's a crafting system. You upgrade your weapons, you get more weapons. Those are things that are in action horror titles like Dead Space and Resident Evil 4. So it's like, it is survival horror, but there's action horror here too. You'll find yourself combating the enemy and it'll lock you down in a room and you're not allowed to leave the room until all enemies are dispersed. That's action horror. That's not necessarily survival horror. So it really does blur the line between the two. But I will say, first and foremost, it is survival horror. You're not going to be backflipping. There's no roundhouse kicks, suplexes. There's none of that. And I get it. Dead Space doesn't do that either. And I'd still classify that as action horror over survival horror. The enemy designs, while they can be generic in the sense of like the archetypes, you've seen these types before. The big one, the fat one, the one that crawls around on all fours, the spitty one, the little creepy crawly one. You know, it's very been there, done that. But it works. The enemy designs, the actual designs themselves, they look creepy, they're awesome. The mechanics of the game, you want to shoot things by charging the shot. You don't hold the shot either, so it's not like you can keep the thing charged and then let go of it when you're ready. No, once you're charging it, once it hits max, it fires. So you've got to time it right, you've got to place the shot right, you don't get very much ammo. Again, survival horror first. I'd recommend shooting legs just to trip them up, because then you can really do some damage while they're on the floor. Stomping on them, dead space. Punching them, it's a last resort, but do it when they're on fire. Speaking of fire, these enemies, when you kill them, they turn into like blobs of mass, like biomass as the game calls them. If a live one finds that biomass on the floor, it's gonna merge with it. You want to burn it, or the other option is to stop it from doing that by killing the enemy before it ever gets a chance of doing it. These things can get big, powerful, fast. Do not let them merge. That's the tagline with the game. It even does the whole, you know, on Dead Space where it says shoot the limbs, like on the wall. It does a callback with that where it says don't let them merge. It's very much wearing its inspirations on its sleeve. However, it does enough original. It does its own thing where it just doesn't feel like fan service. It doesn't feel like, look, I'm Resident Evil again. Look, I'm Dead Space again. This is its own thing, but it's took the ideas from the past. The game soundtrack, it's synth through and through. Soundtracks in modern gaming are dead. It's very rare you come across good soundtracks in modern gaming, especially horror titles. I was humming the save room theme in this game. It's just superb. Whenever music plays in this game, it just hits, man. It's perfect. It's just the way it needs to be. Really is catchy, really sets the tone. The atmosphere is superb. There's a section, I feel like it's like the third area you go to. You've got like, the game doesn't fully let you explore. It's not open world or anything like that, but it's like level designed. You've got 4 hub areas. I feel like there was 4. But you can backtrack around these areas, so it's kind of like, do you know in Resident Evil where you've got the mansion and then you've got the guardhouse and then you go back to the mansion, then you've got the basement and the lab. There's like those sections that you're in, you've got your exploration in those sections. It's like that. You start in whatever area, you get to another area, but you can't go back to that first area. It's kind of like blocked off now. It's like that. You're going to get in bolt cutters, keys. There's tons to explore, and I don't even feel like I did enough because I had keys in my item box at the end of it that I never found the doors to use those said keys on. So it was just kind of like, what have I missed? I've took a wrong turn somewhere and cocked this up. And by the time it was all said and done, I had 12 plus hours on the clock. 12 plus hours on a game that isn't full price. Listen, when I bought this game, keep in mind if you buy it now, it's 50. 50. I paid 58 because I wanted the 48-hour early give me the game now edition. It gave me it. I beat it. I expected a 7-hour-ish experience, to be honest, because it was like, why is it budget title? Why is it not full price? I don't know why it isn't full price. It should be full price. I'm not complaining about that, just so we're clear. If you're gonna say it's worth 50, I'm gonna pay 50 all day. It's crazy that this isn't a full price game because this is a full price experience. It's quality. I didn't have any glitches throughout. I played on Xbox Series X. This game is absolutely superb. I loved it. It's got multiple endings. Personally, I just watched them on YouTube because, you know. But there's New Game Plus. There's hard mode after you beat the game on normal. There's no difficulty setting. Normal is just the default setting. You will play it on normal. You'll beat it. You'll get hard mode plus New Game Plus. This game, it's superb. I love the way the Traveler looks. I love the way she sounds. It just oozes awesome. It was awesome. It was absolutely superb. I loved this game from start to finish. I was worried it was going to be a little bit bloated after playing Silent Hill 2 Remake. I was like, does Bluebot understand where the cutoff point here is, where you need to stop and kind of go, we haven't got any new mechanics, we haven't got any new weapons, we really should start reeling it in now and running the credits. Boss fights are all good. There was one where it was just kind of like the same enemy again, so it was kind of like, okay, well, like rinse repeat here. But other than that, there was some good boss fights. the end boss fight in particular, and the one before the end are the highlights, I'd say. Really superb game that I can highly recommend. I can't believe it's only 50. Flaws with the game? Honestly, I'm not even sure at this point. I thought it would get repetitive because I was like, is like fighting the same enemies over and over again, is this gonna, I don't know, start to wear thin over time? And it just didn't. Now, I don't know if that was just, I was purely really sucked into the world and the lore that I really wanted more. The writer on this is superb. He's really wrote a really good world that you want to know more about. Now, whether I play through it again and I'm kind of like, hang on a second, that doesn't really make sense here. Maybe, but again, I don't really need my storylines to be completely perfect. Come on, man, I like The Evil Within. That storyline's absolutely batshit crazy. It doesn't make any sense, and I love that thing. So I don't need the storyline to make complete sense, but it was just weird enough where I was like, what the fuck is going on? It was just good, man. This game is really good. I don't know if this game's like The Evil Within in a sense, where it's like it's designed for horror fans. Like if you're a horror gamer, you want to play Cronos: The New Dawn. But if you're not into horror gaming, maybe it doesn't click. I don't know, man, but I'm into horror gaming. I played this and I absolutely loved it. This is the definitive sci-fi horror experience this gen. It destroys Dead Space Remake, and it's way better than Callisto Protocol. This, if you're a Dead Space fan, this is the one. This is our new game. This is our new hope. This can be one and done. They really don't need to continue it. But if they choose to do more with this, I'm all for it. This game was just, what a masterclass. Well done, Bloober. You've done it. You've made a new IP and you blew it out of the water. Anyway, that's all I've got for Cronos: The New Dawn. If you're new here, subscribe. These are the kind of games I cover. So if you're into that, welcome. But yeah, people, let me know if you're going to get Cronos, if you're playing Cronos, if you've beat Cronos, any issues you've got with it, positives, comments down below. But yeah, people, that's all I've got. I'll catch you later.